Welcome to another episode of Action Video Game Talk. I'm your host, Scott Action Jackson. Thanks for joining me today or tonight or whenever you're listening or watching to this video. So we got another batch of news articles to go through, so let's hop right into them. Even though attention is turning to the upcoming Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, there is still life in X and Y. You can get a free shiny Gengar with a Granite Stone to Mega Evolve it now through October 26. In order to get one, you'll need a redemption code. Those are being handed out at GameStop through the 26th. This version of Gengar has a special attack that can't be learned normally. You'll be able to transfer your shiny Gengar and other Pokemon to Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire on November 11th. So a bit of a note here, this is only happening at GameStop where you can get these redemption codes. So, Nintendo and apparently GameStop are now giving away a shiny Gengar that can Mega Evolve. And this seems perfect. I mean, especially for October, Halloween time, you get a spooky ghost with a big, huge grin. And yes, most of the focus has been on the new Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And it's nice that they're continuing to do some little stuff for the X and Ys. Right now you can grab the first of the Pokemon Advance's 3 Castlevania games, Circle of the Moon, and the other 2 will be available soon. Harmony of Dissonance and Arrow of Sorrow will both be available on October 16th. The games will join all the NES Castlevanias as well as all the Super Nintendo Castlevanias, even the hard-to-find Dracula X, on the platform. Once again, it is great that they are releasing these older games onto some of the current new generation systems so that people can play them. Now, the Circle of the Moon was a Game Boy Advance game. So, the only people who might remember this is people who can get the ROM and emulator, and some of the people who have the physical game for the Game Boy Advance SP. And then they're supposed to release the other 2 games on October 16th, which, if you're listening to this, might be tomorrow, today. And then they'll be joining the other Castlevania games that are also up on, I guess this is through the Wii U's Virtual Console service. Ubisoft has announced that one version of the upcoming Tetris revival, Tetris Ultimate, has a release date. The 3DS version is coming on November 11th with a significant discount for digital purchases. Retail copies of Tetris Ultimate will cost $29.99. The eShop price is $19.99. The game supports up to 4 players in competitive play across 7 modes, as well as a single-player challenge mode. The title will be coming for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Vita, and PC sometime this winter as a digital release. Now, I'm sure somebody listening or watching this could probably answer this question, but how the hell did Ubisoft get a hold of the Tetris franchise? And according to this news article, it seems like there's only going to be a physical retail copy for the 3DS. So Ubisoft has no issues distributing a Nintendo version of a game for a portable system, but not like an Assassin's Creed game for the Wii U. So something's just not right here. And offering a discount for the digital purchase of this Tetris Ultimate, it's like $20 to get the digital version compared to the $30 for a retail copy. It's weird. I mean, I'd rather be having the physical copy, so I wouldn't be losing an actual digital copy in case something happens with the system. They should be the same price for both of them. And it says the title is upcoming for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Vita, and PC this winter. And it's going to be digital too on those. So, I still feel the same. Everything doesn't have to be digital only. There should be physical retail copies. Driveclub's launch has been anything but smooth, with the game facing significant server issues since its October 7th release. The problems resulted in server downtime, the removal of features, and the indefinite delay of the PlayStation Plus edition. In response to a question from a fan on Twitter, game director says the studio is considering all options. This includes compensation for purchasers of the game. This compensation, if they go and do anything like that, would be for people who have the physical retail copy and the full digital copy. But then again, that's if they do that. But yeah, the launch has not even been anywhere close to smooth since it came out on October 7th. I'm guessing by the time next month comes around, if we're lucky, it'll be fully operational. But that's if it is. But there is more Driveclub news today. Evolution Studios has provided an update on the troubled launch of racing game Driveclub. In order to get more players online, the developer has disabled some of the game's functions. Some functions are temporarily unavailable, including challenges and social updates. For those of you that can connect, you will still be able to participate in clubs, leaderboards, and online multiplayer races, Evolution posted on its Facebook page. The studio says that tour mode, custom solo events, and car customizations are available when not connected to the servers. Additional server updates are planned for the upcoming days. These will impact the availability of online functions. Evolution Studios they're just not having any luck from what it appears with this game. I mean, it seems like there's always some kind of issue comes up and they have to disable or remove some features and modes to try to move forward. Now, I heard recently that some features, some, not all of them, maybe more like a few, have been tried to be turned back on to help. But there's still so many issues that I'm guessing from since the launch that still has not been fixed. So until they have every freaking thing out there, have it fully operational and stuff like that, the full version is okay to play with all the modes and all the features. The PlayStation Plus edition is out there and it's fully playable with everything. And apparently their little app that they were supposed to use has still got no actual update as far as what they're going to do with it. As I stated in a previous episode, this is a huge, huge disappointment that they're having so many issues after they pushed back the game for so long. I mean, the game was supposed to be out at the launch of the PlayStation 4. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the studio's only game because of how many issues they've been having. When it was announced that Microsoft had purchased Minecraft developer Mojang, everyone's first assumption was that the game would finally come to Windows Phone, and the game's port is well on its way. Minecraft's lead developer recently assured everyone that Minecraft Pocket Edition is on its way to Windows Phone, though there is still much work to be done. Now, this is just reassuring, and the Minecraft game will be playable on the Windows Phone as the usual cell phone version, the Minecraft Pocket Edition, which I personally don't know if it is an actual, lesser version of Minecraft. I'm guessing it would be, considering you'd have to be connected online to actually have the massive Minecraft world to play in, which I'm guessing the Pocket Edition is a lot smaller. But since Microsoft had purchased Mojang, this isn't the first thing that was on everyone's mind. And the first thing that was on everyone's mind was, would the game still be okay on the Sony systems? Instead, apparently the news article states otherwise, which is wrong. Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn Game of the Year Edition will be available from November 14th, Square Enix has announced. The limited edition of the game will only be available for PC and comes bundled with a printed Book of Diamond Grimoire box, along with 5 art cards and 90 days worth of subscription to the popular MMO. A new rogue class and ninja job were announced at E3 2014 for Final Fantasy XIV. They will be added into the game with the 2.4 patch. An expansion and the addition of Chocobo Racing are also on the cards. As you'd expect, the new bundle comes with all the additions we've seen since the game's launch. So this Game of the Year edition is only supposed to be for the PC version. The question is this edition for here in the US? Or maybe just in the UK? Because the image shown for this Game of the Year package did have a PEGI 16 rating on it. Maybe people can check to see if the actual, maybe Amazon website has it listed, or if their actual retail stores, like GameStop, might actually have it available for pre-order. Now me, I've only had experience with Final Fantasy XIV A Realm Reborn on the PlayStation 3. And yes, it felt a lot like World of Warcraft, but not exactly. This is just for people who love the Final Fantasy XIV game and have been playing it on a PC. This is going to include all the content that has been available, all the expansions. It'll include the Rogue class and Ninja job that were announced from E3. And there's some actual physical extras on it too. This Book of Diamonds Grimoire box, 5 art cards. At New York's Comic-Con, LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham panel, DLC was announced that would bring the world of Arrow into the game. The so-called Arrow Pack won't only include Oliver Queen. It will also include Diggle, Velocity Soak, Huntress, Slade Wilson, Roy Harper, Sarah Lance, little Black Canary, and Malcolm Merrill. Additionally, it'll include a whole level exclusive to the DLC pack, as well as some brand new vehicles. Now, what I say might be a bit of a spoiler for some of those who haven't seen or watched the recent season, but from what I've heard, some of these characters that's supposed to be part of this Arrow DLC for LEGO Batman 3 aren't really around anymore. And by that I mean dead or gone. Me, I have not really watched Arrow that much. I tried watching Arrow when they had the Barry Allen introduction, and tried was the key word. But it's nice that they're trying to throw in some additional DC Universe stuff, especially if it's from a TV series that is apparently going on strong now. But if they do this, I wonder if later on they might announce another DLC pack for the Flash series that just started. Well, that's it for this episode of Action Video Game Talk. Once again, thanks for joining me today or tonight, whenever you're watching or listening to this episode. Later on, I'll have the separate clips up if you want to check those out. Down below, I will have the link for the Facebook page if you want to check that out. So, until next time, bye.